Another one, Sunday Madness, 35th edition. We here. We are here. Let me check my settings. Let me go inside into pretty much in the studio. You know, got my board that's on top of the screen. If I was talking or whatever, I had it raised up too high. And boy, oh boy, that's some extraordinary differences. Yeah. What's going on? Free for all thought, Sunday Madness. As we hear, as we're spoken. Um, I got something to tell y'all this week. This Wednesday, I'm still talk about censorship, and I'll probably talk about the Corey Kensington situation. I talked about it last week. It's very important what he's trying to say and what I mean by nepotism and favoritism. I'll do some research on it, like a night before, until I get some info about, is there nepotism in these online companies? I said, yeah, it's always happened, always will be. And I've used to work with one years ago when I was a barista and things like that. I saw it up close, very, very about nepotism. So we'll talk about that this Wednesday. But for right now, I saw interesting a old YouTube video that was talking about futuristic stuff in games. Even though y'all know that I support some of the Rockstar games like Grand Theft Auto games, I know people don't like open world or open world shooters or open world anything that's a sandbox. Um, they're just like anybody else. You can't trust companies at all because they're trying to make what's best for the monies. But it is bad when I ain't gonna try to say I'm a fan. I'll support their content. That's it. But outside of it, I'm not trying to be fanatic with their shit. Like, I just support that particular franchise. But I found something interesting when they say about that online shit with their latest one. They didn't like the futuristic shit in the game. Well, they have to understand that's like a marketing ploy for anyone. So no matter who's buying the game, somebody's getting paid for that, because the futuristic stuff, it is saturated in bullshit. A lot of people don't like that. I mean, I like some of it in some games, but not in no crime game like that. So that lets you know it's the top of the heap. But once you make $1 billion, I want to tell them guys, they got to do what's best for the average person. That's really a casual. So they're entertaining casuals. They're things like that. So it's pretty much I see corruption all the way around. It's all interconnected. Like you see this on YouTube, you see this everywhere. You see people beefing with each other over some bullshit. I just saw one from Snoop with old boy, but we ain't gonna get into that. Y'all can find that on your own time. But damn, man, it's like people just shitting on shit right now. But everybody was playing that new Saints Row last night. I have to say about that game. I haven't purchased the game, me personally, but what I look at that game is it's basically a metrosexual game. I'm just gonna be real. It all started from the third game. They try to say it started in the second game. Second game had mild versions of metrosexual stuff, not as much as the third game. The third game, that was what they was pushing. See, the second game had balance. You had a mix of everything. But once you became one in the third game, it was over. Because once they start killing off Daniel Day Kim's character, that's when people lost respect for Saints Row, and they died when the third came out, and which is true. I agree, because a lot of people are so tired of the bullshit practice of people doing in video game companies. You see it all the time. You see 2K do it. EA is eventually going to be bought by Amazon, because Amazon is pretty much what I'm seeing right now. See, a lot of these companies and a lot of these things going on in the war and all that stuff, it's affecting everybody. So people are just not having it, man. Like, and then I'm hearing someone talking about the therapist. We'll get to that later in the stream. I don't give a fuck about that therapist. And she's has some truth, but who cares? Nobody's not gonna listen to somebody that needs a therapy. People are so damn emotional and stuff like that. You tell someone need therapy, they look at you like you're insane. Let's just cut it out. Most people are fake on here. Just want to be seen and be heard. And they're very inconsistent on here, and especially YouTube. You have to look at people what it is. Can't get mad what's going on. That's just the way of the world. A lot of people just want to be on some bullshit at this point. So you cannot say people don't want change, but if they're willing to want change, that's the thing. So we gotta have to understand that people are just tired. They tired of the bullshit. I understand people are upset. I understand people don't like things to be right all the time, and that's just what it is. But like I said, you can't change everything. You can't change how is it going to be over time. You just got to look at it for what it is. Like most people, they just like, all right, we're going to try something new. And then the thing is, how you going to do something like that? But like I said, most companies they're just going to do what they do with bad practices. Just people boycott them, and they boycott them all the time. But a lot of times they just out there doing their thing and their due diligence. But I know people is talking about me Sunday Madness and things like that nature. Oh, I already got a light. Good, good. So it's just I'm out here and just saying the stuff is out here. But pretty much, I'm just like saying like you got people on here talking about several things was wrong with certain video games. Like I've noticed, like recently last week, I was looking at the new Saints Row game. The storyline is mediocre. Nothing has changed, and it's very metrosexual. And I'm just talking about it from an aspect where the politics is going. That's standard. If you look at the new Saints Row game, you already know it's headed that way. They've been doing this for years. They did this for 10 years, and they've been pushing this shit for the longest. So Volition ain't stopped. That's just who the fuck they was gonna be. They didn't want to compete with Rockstar. Rockstar is a British company. Um, they known for making crime games. They have other games like L.A. Noire, Red Dead Redemption. That's Rockstar. They make those games. That company doesn't give a damn, and you got a support base that is so huge, especially on YouTube, because it goes back to San Andreas. A lot of people forget. I talk about it every now and then. And according to this avatar that you see, it's a Grove Street gang member on the front screen, but that's just a picture. That's an avatar. I got other avatars. I got microphone avatars. You name it. I ain't gonna get into the details. But why is it? Why is it? It's just what it is, and then people just don't like the outline, and especially the outcome of the game, what it became. So again, you deal with this stuff all the time, and then I don't expect people to change their stance on their views, what they think the game sucks, and it would be what it is. But people just gotta understand a lot of stuff is getting remastered, rebranded, and all this other stuff. They're doing that to fuck up people's minds in video games. Everything gets changed because these new systems are changing the way games are. People are pissed and they like the old styles better. And it's just like I don't understand people. It's accomplishment and things like that. So I get it. I get it. But that's just how people look at it. Instinctively. And you see this stuff all the time. I think a lot of people know that video games are a trending thing, but here's the thing. They're being worse and watered down like the movies. That's pretty much it. And then that's why I see these bad practices and people's complain. But I saw like a last year April video of them talking about futuristic weapons by a certain channel. And it's just like I said, everything is changing. I told people last year you see a lot of stuff changing. I'm just looking at content I've missed last year because I was focused on the bullshit and going against these clowns in the so-called manosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been a little lackluster, but I'm all right. I'm back at it to the fold. The politic content, I'm still talking about it on Wednesdays. I don't really get into much. So it's like you deal what you got. So basically I'm just saying, okay, I'm just looking at what's on YouTube, and it's not much change. Yeah, you talk about Grand Theft Auto content all day, and talk about GTA content, and it's pretty much like, you know, I know what the story mode is and things like that. So it's pretty much like it's nothing new. And then they try to say the new Saints Row is like a Twitter game. No, I don't see Twitter nowhere. Twitter people don't act like that. Twitter is a lot worse than Saints Row. You get actually giving them a compliment, by the way. You trying to say it's like Twitter, you crazy. You fucking crazy. And when people try to compare to Twitter, they don't know what they talking about. Twitter has been saturated for years before the woke shit. The woke shit don't even last on Twitter. Are you crazy? You got a lot of right wing idiots that's still on there. I've said they ain't on there. Yes, they are. They're a lot fucking on there. You want to bet? Motherfuckers is still around. That's why Trump, well, they try to get rid of Trump's Twitter and then they try and get it back. Like, stop it, man. They always have a voice. Twitter is one of those so-called news outlets and people that want to talk about. They forget that Twitter anchors all that shit. And it's pretty much like you see this all the time and people just be acting all crazy and then they like, all right, I see this stuff now. So you notice everybody just want to be on a hate train on certain games, but Volition did that on purpose to punish people all the time, especially video games and things like that, because this is a free for all topic. I'm just talking about it from the first half, what I was seeing, what I observed. These people that complain, people that in those communities, they're not changing a damn thing. They're not changing a damn thing. So yeah, I have a diverse audience. It is what it is. But I was looking at my YouTube and my so-called analytics. Most of the views I've done was pandemic views. Now it's like, YouTube's behind all that, or whoever, and it doesn't really matter. And that's how I look at it. But but this morning I got up interesting this morning. I had like a little rough up getting up, rain a little bit, and then it just passed through. I just don't understand the fact that people get annoyed by the little smallest things, but you got narcissistic people around your corner. You just can't stand, and I'm just like, man, these niggas is pathetic. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many goddamn narcissistic people, men and women. They just believe they're right all the time. But me, I'm not like that. I mean, I admit where I'm wrong when I'm wrong, but you gotta show me evidence. I'm one of those people. You gotta show me evidence where I'm wrong. I ain't got time to argue with dudes on panels and shit, bitching and moaning about problems that didn't exist. I know what exists. I just have a time of moving forward and just letting things go. But you got weak motherfuckers want to bring up shit that doesn't matter. They can throw shots all day. Who gives a fuck about you? Y'all irrelevant, bruh. Like, a lot of this shit, I just laugh inside because I know how fake people is on the internet. And they have to understand. And shouts out to Corey Kensington. Like, he's a Christian. I know I'm not a Christian either, but he has something to say. I'm glad he opened his eyes that nepotism runs YouTube. It's always have been. They pick and choose who they want to delete and they get you up out of there. You say the wrong thing and you're monetized, you're done. That's why I say fuck monetization, bro. I don't support that shit. And that's why you don't see me broadcasting it and pimping that, because it doesn't work for us at the end. You end up being what? Homeless. So you gotta be careful what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the main reasons why I look at this stuff for what it is. Don't get caught up in it. And I'm glad I created this second channel when my first one got knocked off by the government, and this one is a counter react to it. So there's a reason why this channel exists. There's a reason why I keep it this way. I don't really get into scuffles with this channel. If I had extra channel, I would do that with y'all and crush y'all niggas all day long. But I ain't got time for that. I ain't got the time and patience to put videos and content like that, because YouTube can be tiresome. So we got to understand that. That's just pretty much what I see on the net at this point. And speaking of the therapist that everybody wants to talk about, she's average. I mean, she has some good points. I heard a little bit of snippets where on Red Sings and Blues talking about her, and then she got fired, which is not surprising. I mean, she always can get another job. Now, if it was a man doing that, oh, he's out of there. He'd be in the ground, in the streets, or whatever. But they do get hijacked by these groups. But like I said, what's going on, Leonard? Salute, salute. And like I said, she's just one of those many that wants to be around and be around people. And a lot of these dudes, they just don't understand, like, yeah, therapy is good, but you have to have therapy for yourself. You got to understand that this stuff is time consuming. So you have to understand that time matters. And some people say time is money. But you got to understand something. Most people just want to be heard and seen and be ignorant about shit. And then you wonder why people don't want to deal with people long termly. So it's pretty much the same that I see all the time. And I don't understand why people come with concepts that don't make sense. But and I know someone's trying to do something about guides and shit. Let's see what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hook up something real quick. Y'all give me a second. That's a little wiring. Yeah, I got everything hooked up. I'll let this mic go in, and the other one I'm just gonna do that for later before I open the gates. See who's gonna come through. Normally Sunday Madness is a 2 to 3 hour stream session. 2 to 3 hours is all I need, but actually two. But if you want to extend it, it's gonna be 3 hours max, and that's it. And I'm just gonna cut it. So it's pretty much like I'm here for the time being. So we got plenty of time. So it's like 17 minutes in. So it is 2:47 Eastern time. 2:47 Eastern time. And it's sunny outside. It's a nice day out. Nice. I've been outside and it's pretty nice. A little warmth and everything else. So, like I said, you got people talking shit and then try to tell another person's story. And this dude named MV, he trusted a female. And here's the thing about people: why trust people on the internet? Period. Like, if you're gonna go to links, and we ain't gonna mention the other individuals, we're just gonna say these females, and it's very common. Like, you got dudes doing that, and then you got dudes want to argue on another woman's panel, and that's just some crazy shit to me. It's been wild this year. This year's wild, and I said this is gonna be wild summer, winter, and whatever. So if you knew she spent all that money, she got money and lying to people. I mean, that's common every day in GA. He know this. This nigga need to stop trying to front. And he say he's from GA. And I say, damn, figures. I'm glad I saw it in my watch later, and it was posted on my what you call it, feed, the community tab feed. And someone said subscribe to the channel or whatever. And I saw it and saw the replay, and it's just pretty much, it's too much. But you see this stuff all the time, that people going to talk about who they're going to talk about regardless of the situation. But again, the dude lives in Atlanta. He knows people be scamming hard down here. And I know I live outside of Atlanta. I ain't lived in Atlanta since 2019. And it's just pretty much, I'm just hearing things going on, and it's just pretty much sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people are still trying to co-sign that shit. But that's how I look at it. But you got people up here tripping about maintaining their own power and strength. And I'm just like laughing at, like, these niggas is crazy. So it's pretty much the same old stuff, you know. And yes, I talk about video games in the beginning because I look at certain communities and they're talking about the stuff what's in game and stuff like that. And then Saints Row is the new game that's coming out, but people can't stand it. It's a split audience. They don't want the metrosexual shit. I don't think it's the woke shit. I think it's the metrosexual stuff, and they don't want it because it resonates with the people and them. So it's pretty much they're just trying something new. But the older subscribers of their content in video games, they're not. They're just gonna say fuck you and get the fuck up out of here. So it's pretty much like I don't really understand why people get upset with certain things, but I've moved on. It's pretty much it, you know. But in sports, it's looking good for baseball. Let me see what's going on in the Yahoo Sports. Let's see what's going on. I'll read y'all something. They said schedule 6 a.m. Oh, it's the summer league. How 5 NBA players return from Liz Frank feature riders. Jazz will probably have a deadline on Mitchell trade. Let me read this deadline by Donovan Mitchell. I'm talking about sports now. I'm segueing into sports. Jazz reportedly wanted to trade Donovan Mitchell before training camp opens. Utah Jazz guard Donovan Mitchell could be traded within the next month. It's still going on, yeah, within the next month. But the team is reportedly looking to move Mitchell before NBA training camps open at the end of September. End of September, ESPN Brian Windhorst said on his podcast. Tim McMahon, you said, I believe that the last week that you thought that the Jazz would make a Donovan trade before the regular season opener. Windhorst said, and it sounds to me in the talking to people around the league that the Jazz want to try to go even sooner than that. They want to go before the training camp. It does sound like a trade. It sounds like it sounds as I talk to folks in the league. Okay, hold on. Did I read that? Yeah, I read that. My fault. My fault. It sounds as I talk folks in the league, Jazz are trying to apply the gas here. Windhorst continue to try to juice the offer, especially juice offer from New York Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers. The Knicks have been the subject of the trade speculation around Mitchell since the start, and now it looks like they're the other they're the only unrealistic suitor left in standing. Knicks has been substituting Mitchell and since starts looks like their realistic suitor left in the standing. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who were also talking with Jazz about a Mitchell deal, reportedly to themselves out of discussion of the star guard, according to SNY's Lane. Yeah, I mean Ian Beagley and the Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets were here reportedly involved in discussions for the Mitchell as recently as July 29th, but it's unknown if any true offers are or were on the table. But the Brooklyn Nets and the Miami are other possible destinations according to Beagley, but neither are in the position to offer the best deal. So if we did not if we were not to believe Beagley that lives in the Knicks last team, leads the next last team, which with the means and the motivation to pull the trigger, went on the trade for the Mitchell and Knicks and Jazz seemingly talked for months. But now it appears it's like the Knicks have maybe swayed into offering RJ Barrett in any trade package for Mitchell per Beagley. Utah is likely looking for a similar package to what they received in Rudy Gobert trade to the Minnesota Timberwolves, multiple first round picks and a couple of role players. The Jazz already traded away one of the players that received in the deal. Guard Patrick Beverly and now appear to want to get the ball rolling on Mitchell trade as soon as possible. Whether or not the Knicks bite is entirely up to Leon Rose, general manager Scott Perry, a backcourt of Mitchell and Jalen Brunson sounds nice, but not if one of those are only two players left standing with the dust settles, or what the Knicks sent to the Jazz. A very, at least though, it looks like the only standing between the Knicks and the trade for Donovan Mitchell, as well as the Knicks. Now there's a hypothetical deadline deal with done with either side. Yeah. So basically, I'm reading this trade off shit. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much it. And it's just like I see this all the time. Let's see what's going on in the NFL. Pretty much. It's preseason. Dolphins beating the Eagles. That's preseason. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's watching football. Football's gonna be wild every Sunday. I know people are just miles ahead of sports. But it's just what it is. I think most people they just gonna be like, all right, because the sports world is just like basically what you have. It's pretty much it. And I think a lot of people are just what they are telling you that a lot of these teams are gonna be interesting. I mean, we're gonna see what they do and what so many what's. So with that, I mean, we're 26 minutes in, so it's pretty much you just have what you have, you know. And I just like look here, we here to stay, and this is bottom line, you know. But as you can tell, I see this stuff a lot, so it's pretty much it. But let me step away real quick. I'll be right back, and I'll finish the rest of the way, and just be step away for a moment. Try not to fall asleep under this air. So I'll be right back. Back at it again. But yeah, in the sports, it's not really much. Everybody's watching football and things like that. But shouts out to them. But I don't watch the preseason. I watch the regular season, and we'll talk about it. Let's talk about Tom Brady for a minute. It's on my Yahoo News. NFL preseason blitz. Tom Brady plays, has a sharp series of four Buccaneers. Tom Brady could probably blow off the preseason if he wanted to, but he obviously sees value in getting some snaps in before the season starts. Brady didn't play a lot Saturday night for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 27-10 loss to the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, Indianapolis Colts. But he looked like he was ready for the season opener. Brady got a series against the Indianapolis Colts. Looked pretty good. He overthrew Mike Evans on one pass, but was on target on his other seven. One pass was at a bad drop by wide receiver Tyler Johnson, but Brady completed 6 of 8 passes for 44 yards on what was his only drive. But the 45-year-old quarterback might need some snaps, but the Buccaneers weren't going to expose him too much. Brady's best pass came to his newest star receiver. He found in Julio Jones on a 20-yard strike near the sideline, but the throw had good velocity on it, and it was the biggest play of Brady's brief outing. But the drive ended with a field goal, but in the Buccaneers let him have the rest of the night off. Brady had played the first 2 preseason games, but also took an 11-day sabbatical from training camp, which is strange, but the team was fully supportive of his time off. Brady did appear in 2 preseason games in 2021, but so it wasn't that unusual for him to get some playing time before regular season starts. Brady got acclimate himself. Brady got to acclimate himself with the starting offense, but the Bucks ran a lot of no huddle when was in the game, but he got to complete a pass to Jones before the regular season starts. He got out of the game without getting hit. It was a productive night. And this is Tom Brady, 12. Okay. Spotlight team Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, not Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, Cleveland Browns, my fault. The fake Cleveland Browns at that. Needed to get a decent look at Jacob Brissett, who was doing to be their quarterback for a while. They got rid of Baker Mayfield and sent him to Carolina Panthers. Browns don't know what they want to do. They don't want to win. Brissett didn't play the first 2 preseason games, but he also lost some practice snaps in camp. Deshaun Watson, the Browns will be rolling with Brissett to start the season as Watson starts 11-game suspension, so he needs some preseason action. Wasn't great. Brissett didn't get much going down the field in the 21 to 20 loss to the Chicago Bears. It was probably a reasonable preview of the Browns offense as long as Brissett is starting. Most of his throws were safe and short. Brissett threw 1 interception, but his intended receiver, Anthony Schwartz, fell down on the play after he was knocked off of his route. Brissett played almost all of the first half, and the Browns trailed 21-3 when he was pulled. Then didn't get on board until the field goal with 1 minute to 25 seconds left on the second quarter. Brissett was 13 of 23 for 109 yards. That was a miserable 4.7 yards per attempt. Brissett was off uneven on some completions, but he threw short of the sticks on the 3rd and 11 pass to David Noiku or something like that. David Noiku, he was wild on the pass, and Donovan passed to Donovan, but Peoples and Jones, that the receiver, made a nice play on a 4-yard catch. Brissett did have to throw downfield that was delivered pretty well in the tight coverage. Anthony Schwartz couldn't bring it in after he got handed on. And Brissett's best throw came late when he had a strong strike to David Bell for a 14 yards. Yeah, I won't say excuse me again. 14-yard gain and 3rd and 10. But the Browns started defense looked good, even if it's barely played. It stopped the Bears running back David Montgomery for a loss of 1 yard, but then no gain. And then Justin Fields threw an incomplete on the 3rd down. But that's 3 and out was most of the Browns. Starting defense, this is what the Browns would be at least until Watson returns. They'll play defense, they'll run the ball a lot, and they'll ask Brissett to move the chains. Maybe the formula would look better than it did Saturday night. Standout players Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill, the Miami Dolphins probably wanted to make a statement with their first play on Saturday night. Tyreek Hill went deep on Tua Tagovailoa, hit him for a 51-yard gain. But the throw is likely to be scrutinized because of a deep thrower leading Hill probably result in a touchdown, but it was more than 50 yards downfield. It was a nice connection. Tagovailoa hit Hill again underneath the later in the drive, but then threw a touchdown to Craycraft, and Tagovailoa completed all the three passes on the drive, and it was to encourage that the two went to the Hill and his number one target. Tagovailoa was pretty good in Miami's 48-10 win, but even though the Eagles didn't use starters, he was 6 for 7 for yards. But the Miami Dolphins have led 17-0 when he took the seat, and Aladdin, okay, top of the deep past the hill. Dolphins need to result other games. Blah, blah. All right, it's basically, I know preseason's on. I don't really get into preseason. Let's go in the NBA for real quick. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. So it's pretty much like the regular season. It's just right around the corner next month, and the early part of September is still summer, but the rest of the part will be fall. So it's going to be a very interesting year. People have their high projections. I saw something on the Speak for Yourself. That guy with the mohawk, he said, going by the first 5 years of the great quarterbacks, they always usually win the Super Bowl, which is kind of true. And he's accurate. He had the statistics, not on the old screen, but the new screen. He was saying, you know, so you're pretty much in a loop. Damn, I try not to be sleepy on this motherfucker, but you know how it is. Oh man, as soon as the battery goes, let me take this thing off the charge. Yeah, let me see something real quick. As soon as you start talking, your shit goes down, but don't you worry. You know, yeah, I got it charged. Good, good, good. But now, where were we? But yeah, talking about sports and things like that. Tom Brady's still 45 playing. I know it's a lot of people that say he's too old to play football. Well, you know how it is. The league wants those particular quarterbacks, but the only way he gets hurt is significant injuries and things like that. So they tone everybody down. And it's going to be interesting year. The sports is still the same. People same drama. I know people talk about that grinder. Who gives a shit about grinder? Grinder will be out. So it's a lot of bullshit going on in the world. And that's just how I look at it. Try not to doze off here. Shoot, my brain is kind of leaky inside my head, but I'm just gonna continue talking. But I'm gonna get this hour in. Then the next hour, I'll open the gates in a minute. So 39 minutes in, yeah, been talking for a while. Yeah, it's just like the sports world has not changed a bit. I've been distracted by video games and other stuff, my other hobbies and things like that. But you gotta have hobbies to talk about stuff. But you got niggas still talking about passports. And shouts out to Kuda for the like on the comment. And they said Tony Yayo has a passport. Well, good, great for him. Good for him. Hope the nigga learns something. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do what you gotta do, and people just gotta be reminded of that. They say he's a Mexican with some dreadlocks talking about Tiger. I don't listen to that fucking clown. But people nut ride this idiot. And Kuda did a long live stream on the therapist. Damn, yeah, he get some contests and content out here. But yeah, I ain't looking much. Uh-oh. Vanessa and China White. Uh-oh. Matt, Math Hoffer, my expert opinion, Mike Garimo, something like I can't even pronounce that. That dude, yeah, he's something else. Yeah, I might have to check that. That's a 3 hour. She tried some cute bikinis on. That girl wants some dick that bad. She need to chill the fuck out. Jesus. Yeah, it's a lot of people out there, man. That nigga ZX is a clown. Anybody listen to that nigga, y'all got issues. It's no hate, but if y'all love the nigga, that's cool. But I don't. I don't. Vanessa and CW. Gotta check that out. Bala X be coming up with them joints, bro. Man. Miss CW over here. Head knocked off. Man, she ain't go somewhere and sit down with that bullshit. But anyways, ain't nobody stunned her ass, but she already done dupe Mr. Fittinelli, aka Fantastic, you know. And Fantastic was so dumb. Life said, that nigga streaming, that nigga ain't streaming. If it was streaming, I would have seen about it. Like a lot of these niggas, they done, bro. I've been consistent over here. It's just like, hey man, people talk all this shit, but they ain't doing shit. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. Damn, these people ain't been on streams in a minute. Man, they talk bad about old girl. Tater tot. Tater tata. I want to say Officer Tatterhead. I'm gonna call him Officer Tatterhead. Hey, Tatterhead. Yeah, it's pretty wild when you talk bad about people on the internet. It's just like, yeah. But like I said, it's some wild shit, but people still talking and doing things, and I just don't expect people to change. But that's YouTube for you. YouTube's on some weird shit, taking views and shit. But that Corey Kincherson, I won't touch on that about favoritism and things like that. But he said what he said. He said what he said, and they still gave him that age restricted shit. And then Daquan Wilshire, I saw his video and he talked about it. He said, did they talk about it? Did Albert Preach talk about it? Yeah, they gonna be talking. Everybody was on top of it. He's a big YouTuber. Corey's a big YouTuber. He's got 14 million. He's like Marquise Brown. He got the type numbers, and he's trending number one trending right now. So it's like, Are you with it? You know, I'm clear this out. Fucking YouTube app is acting up. And it's like he was trending. But then he talks about like, there's favoritism. It's always been favoritism. You have to look at it for what it is. And most people, they just get caught up on the bullshit. You gotta be careful who you listen to on YouTube as a whole. Like, I've been preaching this shit since last year, and then niggas gotta understand that they're gonna say some shit and they're full of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying not to listen to these motherfuckers. Like, if you want to listen to them, go and listen to them. But I don't give a fuck about them. That's not my thing or nor my style. Like I always say, teach his own. See what's going on here. It is just what it is. I'm not really getting into the fact. That's what it is. I'm just like, okay. But as y'all know it, Sunday Madness 35th edition, it's pretty much like, people in here and things like that. I'm not expecting anything and any much. So, I was on my little Grover move, so to speak. Definition. You know, uh, let me see something real quick. Y'all bear with me. I had my man up here. Yeah, yeah, I'm still here. Let me see some of the graphics. Yeah, yeah, I'm still here. So, that's much better. I like this. Grove Street for life, no. But it is what it is. But I've seen this all the time. But niggas acting crazy. But that's it. It's pretty much I've been playing my classics and stuff like that. He said, "Why they ain't funny anymore?" Oh, that's a great question. It's a lot of good shit to watch. Interesting shit I ain't seen in. Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna be here for a minute because, you know, I know people's in here because it's early, and I know Sundays is one of those days that and I'm just gonna be here for a minute. But like I said, people, and it's been dry. It's been a dry summer. I mean, if y'all know it's a dry summer, it's been dry, especially on content. I was like, well, damn. And I said, let me do my daily stream like I do every Sunday. It's just dry out here. I know everybody's pissed about that the new Saints Row game, and I'm just like, yeah, you know how it is. When a new game comes out, they wanna be pissy about it, but they have a lot of copyrighted stuff, music you can't play, and someone got flagged. I was watching this guy named Weiss Network TV, and he said one of his streams, I saw that new game, and he said, it got hit with a copyright strike because of the music, and I said, "Oh shit, it's what a waste." And he left it playing on the replay, but it was copyright strike when he uploaded it. You know how it is. So it's like they said you can't have fun on YouTube. You never did. They enforce rules after the fact, not before the fact, but after the fact, and that's it. Why would you support them? And I'm just looking at people just like, where do we go wrong? And I'm just like looking at what's going on in the world. So, you, you look at this stuff. I think people are just out there, and it's kind of dry lately. And YouTube's been dry as hell on content. Like I said, there's good content out there. Yeah, people's beefing and stuff like that. And then when you look at other content, it's kind of dry, very fucking dry. Free speech, Nathan, Nation with Andrew Doyle. I ain't getting into that little bullshit. Nothing's really free speech at the moment. And that's how I look at it. But you have this nonsense of people thinking you have it, but you really don't. You only do what you're told and told what to do and what not to do. And that's the thing that I don't like. So it's pretty much like, you're in there and just like, all right, let's just let's just handle it. So I'm saying like even within you still don't have it, and boycotting it only solves a little bit. But that's what you have to have, in so many words. But that's like, man, I need to stop dozing off. My brain is leaking. I need some caffeine. I don't know when I'm gonna get caffeine at. Need to stay up a little bit and then I'll go to sleep. Whatever. You know. Yeah, I gotta look at something. But it's pretty much, you just dealing with shit and then there you is. But you got people online talk about a lot of dumb shit and they just want to be heard and seen. So, it's kind of like you get this a lot. I know it's been dry because people don't fuck with you content wise, and people don't ask about you, and just it's like it's so much the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people, they just want to be out there and to be heard. But by the looks of it, it's fucking dry. It is dry. Everything's dry here. Like, what's going on with this summer content? But people's outside. They've been locked up 2 years. But speaking on that, I saw another clip talking about a company called Ubisoft, how they treat they develop their players and their supporters. Well, you gotta understand when you talk about a game that has crisis, it's gonna give you problems. It's gonna give you problems. Let me see this. Boy. I gotta be careful. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about this stuff. Man, my brain is kind of loose. I need some caffeine. Some bad caffeine. Ooh-wee. Yeah. Which I'm just gonna get into it. But since it's free for all content, I see why people are not, you know, everybody said they're not subscribed to you. I know. That's people that's not subscribed. They just want to talk shit, keep their distance. And it's pretty cool. I ain't got time for that. I don't beg for subscribers on that. It's a subscribe to my channel. I don't know why people saying that. It's over, bro. Like I'm tired of begging and I'm not doing it. It is what it is. And they try to say, it's a competition. It's always been a competition. What I don't like about this sorry site, it's always a damn competition with certain people. But it's okay, because I look at this like I just do my content, move on. Like I don't really care. Like I really don't give a shit. Cause sometimes you just gotta look at it for what it is. I mean, people be on some bullshit. And you gotta expect that. That's just one of the reasons I look at this as short term. Cause if I ain't get enough, I'm just dipping. Because next year I'm just gonna start pre-recording because this shit is ridiculous. Because every time I do these streams and I'm looking at this right now, it's just a fucking waste. It's a fucking waste. And I'll talk about it, but today's like it's been a wrap. So when you lose support like big time. And it's just pretty much the same shit. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine because I think this is a new beginning. But that Corey Kinston, he told the truth. When I saw it on Daquan, he was laughing. This video ain't gonna get serious at the time when it's here, and that's just pretty much it. Because when a person's not serious, I'm just gonna look at it like they're not really serious about their content and things like that. Because I don't want to doze off and my brain is leaking and shit. And it's pretty much it. Because everything's quiet. Got no noise and all that other stuff. It's just like you gotta have your moments, you know. But you got people want to complain about certain products, and they shouldn't have bought them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna do shit, and this is why I'm not a fan of online gaming, online services. But I understand I have an Xbox secondary to my PlayStation, and it's just how it is. At so many points. Need to be careful. Lean towards the mic. Try not to pass it over and flipping out. Brains loose. And I need some caffeine bad. I don't know where I'm gonna find it. Can't find it in the tea form. So it's like, we gotta and it's just what I see, what you get. But you know, as of right now, politics is kind of dry because they talk about the same shit over and over again. But it's gonna be very interesting in 2024 because I see a lot of ads of Biden and and that's how I look at it right now. So you see this stuff, you be like, all right, people are into their own motions and things like that. So I just been chilling. Ain't no drama on my end because I'm just really out here doing something. But I've been so stuck with the GTA series, and the definitive edition is very mediocre, and I'm stuck in playing the old classics like the 360 version of this game, the San Andreas one, and then Lucy Stories at the same time. So it's like I'm really in here like that. So let me see right quick. Copy this shit. Brain is sleepy. I needed to stay up so I can. I guess we got to because I can end this because I know people ain't gonna come through. If I see someone not coming through, I'm just gonna just cut it through because it ain't really much. It's just a free for all topic. But if you before you come up here, I am not talking about no master weirdo shit. I don't care about that dating shit. I don't care about that game versus non-game shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I know where I stand on that, and I don't care about that. That's just irrelevant. Let's move on for that. That shit's dead. We don't deal with bullshit over here. We deal with real shit over here, and just get up. Let's get up off that. You know what I mean? All right, let me do something real quick. I'm gonna turn it up real loud, but yeah, I'm gonna turn this down for y'all. So here we go. Yeah, yeah. I gotta stretch my legs in. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I gotta get that air off my head. Woo, knocking my brain loose. Shit, that fucking hurts. All right, so as you can tell, I'm back. I gotta be smooth on here. Be like smooth D up here. But something that's wrong with society, you just look at it like it's just changing, bro. Like I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing the video game companies and they gonna make what the fuck they gonna make. You got fanatics panicking about it. Nah, you just support the content and move on. And most people don't care about the changes. They say who use multiplayer anyway. Well, multiplayer is viable. And old boy was tripping about it being gone from Ubisoft. Well, you have to remember Ubisoft started out single player. They didn't start out multiplayer. That's just basically it. And once you get through with the game, you just is over it. Some people say it's easy to buy the hard copy. That's easy said and done, but most people it's all digital. Everybody's limited to that, but you got to blame with modern technology. Everything's getting remastered, redone. Like that stuff is like since they don't like old stuff, I don't blame them. There's a world like that. People are not fully invested in it, so it's like I see this a lot, and I know people are giving shit about the new Saints Row game. The Saints Row game is not the issue. I think the game, but you see this a lot all the time. But you look at this stuff and you be like, all right, this stuff is wild. Want people to change and stop supporting them completely. They don't understand that. But damn, I need to stop being bouncy. into the right hands, man. My brain is loose. Need some caffeine bad, boy. Ooh-wee. Because I know people are not coming through. I just opened the gates if y'all want to come through and talk your shit or do what you do, and I'm just gonna move on from there. But free for all topic. But the sports world is the same, politics is the same. But that Corey Kinston, he's on to something, and it could be the analytics and things like that you do or whatnot. Oh shit! I dropped my mic. I need to calm down. My brain is getting rattled like eggs up in this bitch. But I need to calm down. But like yeah, you got the pineapple queen, so called goddess, trying to be a matchmaker like KS. That's the blessing you give her, and that's it. And that's just pretty much it. But people just gotta understand the stuff has to go on. And that's basically it. I'm just trying to just get my mind clear because it's been a long, long, Sunday because everybody's out, outside and just chilling. I'm chilling on here too. Just try not to nod off and all that shit. But phew, I can't wait to the wintertime. The heat. Last time to set the clocks back until they move forward, they said, nope, you're not growing nothing. They're gonna leave it like that. That's gonna be forever. Man, it's just so wild when people think a lot of stuff they can do and they can't do. But mm, head is swirling like eggs right now. And that's just how I look at it in so many works. But like that's the meaning of Sunday Madness is a free for all content. But I mean, a lot of people's going on and they're crazy. But since the tech world is pretty much the same, I'm just saying that it has not stopped lately. So it's pretty much the same. But even in the stuff in news and all that, people's going through that uh changes in corruption, in government, corporations, and things like that. And I'm going to talk about favoritism. This is all part of what I'm going to talk about Wednesday. A lot of stuff you're seeing, the new stuff that you're seeing, it costs a lot of people some content and money and things like that, and they're worrying about their lives. And someone said, I saw a title that say Joe Biden is going to say you're going to be starving 2033. When you have comments like that, I understand. I kind of agree, but I really disagree with that. I mean, there's no way he can do that. The only way he can do that is during an emergency crisis or war or anything that comes their way. That could be possible. What's not possible, I don't see that happening. Long as we conquest and kill and lie about certain things and businesses, this country ain't gonna run out of food. Like they don't want no blood mayhem. I don't think people understand. America doesn't want to be the bad guys. They want to be the good guys. That's the problem with this country. They're so goddamn fake. They cannot change who they are. And that's what hurts them so much when they're revealing certain things. But but I digress. But most people they just act like that's a thing, but it's not a thing. And I'm just looking at it like, not just outside looking in, but I'm just looking at it for so many purposes and reasons too. And you got to look at one thing or another. Most people they just going to be gullible and stupid all day long. But you know, when I do those outside streams, yes, they're very therapeutic. Yes, keep in mind I'm just going to look at what's at hand. But corruption is what it is. You see it in other things, you see it in movies, video games, and stuff. And like people say, I didn't like the woke shit in that game. Well, that's the modern message of today. Yes, they talk about going against the government, but they didn't have that feel. So it's pretty much you're out of understanding. And people protesting. I haven't seen a protest in a minute. I don't be watching that much news. They protest in other countries, but in the U.S., not so much. Everything's been quiet. Where these fake leftists are, they don't exist, bro. Where happened to BLM? They disappeared. That just shows you times change. Everybody's a sellout at the end. They just talk about all this fake and right left bullshit. That shit don't work. It's y'all the sellouts. And after that, that's when. And I'm just like looking at it like this. Some people they just like, all right, Why don't they just buy all the remasters? Well, not every company affords the remaster. They cherish game and do what's what. Oh, sorry. Woo, a little wobbly. Hey, calm down. Because that's just pretty much it. Try not to doze off on the strain. It's crazy. I've done that before in the nighttime, but in the afternoon it's nice outside. It's in the high 80s, and it's been a mild summer, man. Man, this summer has been wild. The people haven't changed a bit. I want to tell you a story about me. I went to Wingstop one day. I mean, you have younger people serving food and things like that. And then I saw the preview of the college football game. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be wild. Colleges will be out to the wazoo of this shit. But since I understand what a little bit more better about, the game and stuff, but you don't have stuff like that's interesting in people no more. But movies and drama is the thing, and the bullshit. So it's not really much going on. Besides, there's certain individuals going at each other. It's epic, and you do what you do. So that's pretty much it. Mm. Scrambling like eggs at the moment. But I'm just here, and then I know people hop on the streams and stuff, but it's pretty much it. But I know people are just like you're in here and you're talking. Try to stay up, man. My brain is loosey loose. I don't know why it happens at 2. I need some caffeine early or during the stream if they had some, and I'll stay up. My brain will be talking. How many playlists I got? I got the Zodiac streams. I got the Venomous Feeling. And I had something interesting about that too. Why is it that people trying to say, "Oh, he's better than Freddie Gibbs"? Both of them are decent. It's just they have two different styles. They collab with each other, and why is that? And they act like they're two different people, right? But you know what I'm saying. But I'm done talking about conservatism. I mean, after I saw the counts I had, that's pretty much it. Evolution of games. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, this dude's foreign. Ever since that fourth game, they went fucking crazy. And it's mediocre at best. I'm just saying. And I'm just not saying it to be mean, but it's mediocre at best. Let's see what's going on here. My brain gets loose. I gotta stop it. Player speaking Spanish. Oh Lord, let me see this shit. Scramble like eggs at this moment. I don't know why it does that. And then round 4, I'm fine. Damn. Drinking some caffeine would be nice. Damn, this is crazy. Grenade evolution. Man, this is just wild. Yeah, I was looking at the playlist. Hold on for a minute. But that's just why I've been chilling. I ain't been doing much. and that's just how it is at the moment. But man, I try not to, but but it's 3:50 over here. It was just like an hour. It'll be 2 hours in a minute. So y'all better bear with me because this is gonna be a long one. Uh, I'm on it here, just relaxing, and I ain't let the cold air hit my head, so that shit will put you to sleep. And they try to say it's over black people in 2050. I don't think that for y'all niggas living the futuristic shit. That ain't gonna happen. But that's what you deal with. But it's not something that I enjoy talking about. But politics is my main thing. That's like on the Wednesdays and stuff like that. But you got dudes on panels and stuff like that. And so people talk about the court stuff and all the other stuff. You know, damn BMT, shouts out to you, man. You had like an hour of that shit. My brain is out of it. Whew. And she got fired. Got a tattoo on her arm, but we ain't gonna get into that. Most of these things got tattoos on arms and shit. Expects people to like them. There's one girl. She thought she can control men over links of account on Twitter, and Twitter's been crazy lately. There's a lot of stuff going on Twitter. Everybody's got their little moments, but the brain sleepage and things like that. Try not to sleep on y'all. And it's just like I'm just hanging back and just chilling, but I ain't been seeing no peace or anything or conflict. And that's what you see in so many moments. But I figured, Sunday Madness is a weird time, but it's the lowest I've ever been. But that just showed you the dedication and time of it. You know what I mean? So that situation with Corey Kinston, that's not by design. It ain't just him. This, and it's just like and Twitter handles and things like that. But Twitter is like a news source for the younger people. Older people that use Twitter for tweeting and texting and just move up on. But you see what you get in so many purposes, though. Try not to doze up on y'all, but that shit will get you. Brain is loose. I gotta calm down. Mm. Get these cobwebs out of my head. Mm. And that's what's gonna keep me up is the caffeine. And once I have that, I can talk right through and just go. Sports. And then they try to make this argument about realism. And I mean, these companies don't care about that shit. That's why GTA 4 flopped. They was focused on other shit. Yes, they move in south. They do a 2 to 3 to 4 year, 6 year project to get things done and clear. So you got to pretty much, excuse me for that. I just passed gas in my mouth. All that burping out just keep me in motion. So and that's what you got to have. And then it's one of those things that I just look at Sunday Madness what it is, and people are tired of the new games and stuff, the remakes, the reboots and stuff. It's just like the movies. They want to do stuff, and then people get upset. Why they got to reboot and remake the game? They be tripping off that shit. I'm like, dude, that's just part of the culture. You in it? You want it? You got it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They still gonna do it. It's not gonna stop people from being who they are at the moment. So I'm not really upset with everybody about it. Ooh, excuse me. I get that gas out of my head. Mm. I don't want to succumb to bullshit. And it's just pretty much it. I'm just like out here. Let's see. I'm checking something online. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's no excitement in everything, but you gotta do what's due. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, peaches on fire. Yeah, let me see something on. Oh shit. Shit. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh man, I don't see nothing. Got these catfishes accounts. Oh man. Shit, OnlyFans. I was looking at something. I've been browsing on the net. I know people are just crazy. They say, what's Sir acting up? Like, it's a lot. You have no idea, man. It's a lot of shit going on. Be surprised. Okay. Okay, let's see. That must have been a catfish. It must have been a catfish. Try to follow me on this shit. She don't have no extra account, does she? I'm just looking at what she got. That could have been a catfish. You may never know. Y'all gotta be careful, y'all. Let's see something real quick. Enough of this. I don't really care. People act weird on the site, but that's just what it is. My shit is all private, so I don't broadcast that. Gram and Twitter, I observe. I be in the clouds. I be browsing, but my brain is slipping. It's almost in the 2 hour mark. Oh, okay. I'll go on 5 minutes. If people don't come through, I'll close it. But you know how it is, because it's one of those dry moments. But I don't know. I may stay on a little longer because I'll see who come through in the 2 hour mark. If not, it is what it is. I ain't got that much, but like I said, I know it's been an hour talking to with y'all, but yeah, it's just like you see all this boiled down. I said this in the summer, the spring, and much of outside content I've done talked about this in the spring, and definitely in the summer. Because half of the summer, I would say probably the mid July, late to July and early August. I was all on it on August, so I've been on tactful with it. But next month I'm gonna be in it because the fall, everybody's gonna come in and they're gonna be outside, inside, or watching football, be shopping, getting ready for Halloween. The next month after, it's pretty much the same old, same old. It's just I expect people to be different at this time, but things are a little different. So you expect much, You expect people to just move on and just be what it is. So it is what it is. I know people are just angry and things like that. They got families to feed and all that stuff. So, the pandemic was like 2 years ago. People was locked in and act crazy, and then you just expect people to just talk. They got time and focus on things, but you see this stuff all the time. So, I'm so mic'd in and mic'd out. Let me unhook this for a minute, just for a minute, so I can take some power off. Yeah, take some power off. Yeah, I'll leave it there for a minute. Take some power off for a minute. Mm. Brains get kind of loose. Try to stay up, get that nourishment, and be like, oh, okay. But the social media or social network, whatever you want to call it, social network slash what they call ignorantly social media, is pretty much, it had its spurts during the pandemic periods, and then what I noticed this year, it's been a fucking wash, man. Like, I don't know what it is about this year. This year is very interesting because you don't know what's going on. It's going. I'll say 22 is going to be very interesting. It's like out of 10 years on this channel, it's been very interesting. I've never seen no changes whatsoever. It's been an interesting year. As soon as you think it's bad, the first half, but this one is a lot interesting, and it gives you the motivation to do better. And I gotta see what the fall and winter is like. That's the thing. And then after that, next year it's like you're not gonna see me streaming in January. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm just gonna drop recordings and then probably post them on every Sunday. I mean, don't quote me on that. I don't know if I'm gonna do live stream Sundays, but you're gonna see some differences. You're gonna see some moments when I talk about things and just I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? But February, you'll see me go back to my normal content and things like that. But January, it's going to be a blank. I'll drop some recording and just move on. So it's like you're going to see me on some live streams in December. You're going to see me doing the same stuff. But January, it's going to be like a long break. But I will drop some recording, just talking and things like that. It's pretty much what I see now, you know? That's the thing, because you can see more what's going on and what not, you know. But that's how it is. I want to see what's in the audience right here because my brain was loose. It was loose for the whole time, but you know, oh dang, that's good. That's good. My brain was loose. Kind of dozed off a little bit. And I was looking at man. I'm watching this old game on White Network TV. I recently did that mission, man. I'm crazy. Man, this shit's wild, bro. Like, you expect much and expect more. You gotta do some shit. I ain't did the online version of this shit yet. Man, I'm so stuck on this other shit, it ain't even funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there. So let me talk about what Thursday Thrills is gonna be. This is no screenshots this week. I will probably get some shots this week to see what the bullshit's going on. I'll talk to y'all about them the next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the next Thursday and next month. It's gonna be very interesting. As you can tell, a lot of things is moving on and moving forward, and there's some changes, and you see it, but it's just not something that I expect. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty much, you got a lot of catfishes around. I don't know why people catfish the content or whatever. I get a lot of catfishes. me see something real quick. Yeah, because it's a good thing. It's good not to share. Peace me. But I'm just like, and I think when people look at stuff like, this, not just to be off topic, but I think when I look at these sites like Instagram and Twitter, I mean, people just don't really give a shit. And I know people complain about it a lot. And I don't know why people keep saying the news Saints Row is just like Twitter. I don't see that. Twitter's like pornography. They mild mannered and shit. I don't know why people act crazy when they say shit like that. They try to say the woke shit. The woke shit kind of died, man. Like I know people talk about woke this, woke that. Like they don't even know what that is. That shit's dead. It means you're awakened. It's been hijacked though. Tell you that much. It's just what it is. Everybody's on the beaches. But summer's wild like that. Oh damn. What's the day's weather? I forgot to tell y'all the day's weather. Here it's 88, high 88. And it's like 88 degrees, 71. So okay, it's getting hot again. Early part of September is hot. Okay, it's gonna be high 90s tomorrow. No rain. 91 tomorrow. It's gonna be hot. Like this coming up Wednesday, and then the tail end of August, Yeah. So it's been a mild August, but it's gonna be hot on the tail end. Interesting. I told you early part of September is gonna be warm, and then the temperatures are gonna drop, and you're gonna see a lot. So basically, what I'm saying is like, some people call it global warming and things like that. No, it's just what it is. I mean, I would call it climate change, normal climate change. The world's changing. People say war is nuclear. It's getting promising. But when you're talking about guys like Putin and things like that, and I say, yeah, something happened to him, but he's probably not bouncing around like they have him on other news stations. Now he's probably sick and have all those diseases, like he got cancer and stuff like that. He probably had surgery. Now he don't trust nobody. I don't be looking at the news like that. I've been slacking on it because I've been looking at other shit. Try to get away from the bullshit. They repeat the same shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But if he says it's gonna be a 5-10 year war, I highly doubt it, bro. Like when people talk like that, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. War is not that long. The war today is stealth or shoot 'em up with drones and shit. Especially us. That's how we get down. Cause see, the next whoever is gonna be president don't really matter. The other president will do more damage. So neither party, they're finished. That shit over Ukraine, that's not our business. That's their business. They said Russia's gonna gear up the nukes, and we know that's cap. No, they're not. They ain't got no power like that. They're done, bro. China can't do nothing. Japan's got problems with that assassination they got to worry about. But a lot of people say rest in peace to Ade or wherever. Rest in peace to him. But who cares? They ain't care for him. That country's depleting. Everything's going to deplete. It goes with it. When you serve the beast that long, like in the United States of America, or my brethren would say United Snakes of America, it's done. It's gonna go in flames. That's the fate of this country. Like the way it's built it on Roman foundation, it's over. I've been teaching that for years, and then people want to ignore it. I done said what I need to say. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that people are going to be biased on certain things and nut ride the wrong information. That's why you gotta be careful on YouTube who you listen to and the shit that they be spewing, and then they fighting each other. Like you got little cutthroats versus MBD. You know what I'm saying? But MBD got the best of his ass. See, little cutthroats is so emotional, and he can't even think for his damn self. That's why I call that man little cutthroats. Little cutthroats is too busy worrying about the wrong shit and not properly editing wise what he's doing. So it's like you expect him to do much, but he's not changing his tune. So it's like I'm here, but the nigga ain't doing nothing with his life. You know, he says he's got a daughter and a son. Like nigga, take care of your family and quit trying to do this Mansfield weirdo shit. You're 40 plus years old, bro. Like stop it. And Bernard had that nigga cammed up in an interview. I said that nigga. I remember we was roasting his ass too, and I roasted him last year. Look like a fucking coon cartoon character, man. Like that nigga needs to be quiet. He don't need to talk. That nigga's been done. You know, but that's the internet for you. That's what the internet does. It's pretty much the same old same. Why would anybody have these problems? So it is what it is. So I'm just saying real quick. Not everybody's gonna be on the same page this year and next year. I just really don't give a fuck. And it's just like that's how I see it, man. Like, you know, and I don't expect people to like me on here, and that's the whole point. You know, some people they just gonna talk this shit and do what they do, and I'm just like over here just chilling. I don't give a damn. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what Red's talking about. I guess he's from that skeptic shit. But shouts out to RSB though. He has a right to say what he got to say, but you know, I don't think he understand. I don't think it's that. That's just a distraction. He says part two, one waiting, and he's going live at 7:45. Good, great for him. Wish him nothing but success, man. Like you know, you gotta understand that. Who is this? One view. She got double digits. Dance girl. Oh, let me stop. Leave her alone. Some ugly motherfuckers. Some ugly ass rednecks I saw from Sky News. Last password manager security breach. Oh, shouts out to Keep It Techie though. He doing his thing. Thumpity thump thump. Thumpity thump thump. Mackie thumpity thump. SP power subwoofer speakers. Do 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 in the music and do the thumpy thump. Do the thumpy thump. They call her a therapist thought. Well, yeah, she's a tater thought. She's a thought. She's a hoe. Them hoes over there. But man, Yoki stir. I'm telling you, she be showing them guns. I be watching her shit too with the guns. She had the belt fed saw. You know that light machine gun looked like M249 saw. But she shoot that thing. Her husband is broadcasting on her like it ain't nothing. She love them damn guns, and he don't even give a shit. He's like, that's my woman, nigga. Y'all better respect my woman. She carrying that gun like she gonna bust a cap in your ass, and she had the AK. She's a good content creator. She's cool. I know she's married and everything, but her husband is happy as a motherfucker. He a lucky motherfucker too. I ain't hating on him though. Ain't no hate. There's no hate in my game. I'm telling you. He had a great choice. That nigga had a great choice. But nobody's not upset about it. I'm not upset. I'm happy for dudes like this, bro. Like you see, shit like this, you see it all the time, but I am not even upset anymore. It's just I'm happy when people actually do real content on here. And then when you look at your little feed and shit, it's just like it's cool. It is cool as fuck, man. But I should have subscribed to them late last year. I didn't know there was some good content on YouTube. Finally, some peace. But you know what I'm saying? Like, got Letzi on the panel. Oh, Lord, I call her the child. That was a nickname. I don't see what's that. I don't see what it's on Twitter. I gotta hear her voice later. I know she's Caribbean. This girl's a trip. What's her name? Melodices. They call her Crotchet Bay, and she lives in DC. She's decent, but that girl is a trip on fucking Twitter. She's a fucking trip so bad. It is. Yeah, it is a perfect name. Yeah, she's a good gun content creator. That woman is a beast. I know she's originally from Miami. One of the mods put me on to her, and then I found her channel. And I always like gun content. Always like that for entertainment purposes. I used to watch SBS Russia, but she's a lot better than him. I was like, damn, she be firing all types of weapons. I was like, God damn, but our man's a lucky motherfucker, and I respect him. I salute him. See, he making shit happen. They make some great content. I subscribe for the content. I don't care about the other shit. I'm gonna support their channel regardless of the situation, and that's just what it is. Like you see this stuff, and you just like, okay, let me look at her right quick. I want to listen to her later. Shit, my girls be tripping right now. That's royal family. Oh, she's on. Yeah, let me give her a like because I saw her in my stuff like that. And it's just what it is. Yeah, everybody's live streaming and doing a thing, but I don't care if it's less people in the room for me because usually I get more than that. I'm not even tripping about that now. It's gonna get to a point because the fall is gonna come. It depends on who's listening to me or not. And I'm just like, we got to talk about this shit. Last of Us multiplayer. They have a multiplayer Last of Us. What the fuck? What the fuck? You got to be kidding me. Let me look at this Saints Row bullshit. I know everybody hates the new Saints Row, and I understand. I understand people's pain, but to me, if I had a newer console, if I had a newer Xbox, just a different account, right? That's the games I would probably purchase, and then probably the rest of GTA games. That's it, and then probably the definitive edition if my 360 will work. One of them. That's pretty much it. Like I have nothing else to play on the Xbox, but rest of the other games will be shooters. There'll be Rage 2. I'll have some games like Rage 2, like Bethesda. That's the one I will get. It's so many good games on Xbox. It's not even funny. It's so many you can try. You know what I'm saying? Like first person shooters you can get. That shit will. will take you to the sky, man. Because I've been doing GTA content offline or whatever, and actually dealing with the lores like Liberty City Stories. I'm gonna play that the rest of the night. After I get off this, I'm gonna play that some more. I ain't gonna play it right away because I'm editing. And I'll probably turn it on back at 6 when I unhooked everything. So it's pretty much like I've really seen what's what. You know what I mean? Because I have everything, whatever. See, when I unhook this stuff in my setup here, I'll be back on it and later. So it's pretty much like, okay, we here now. So I know people's not coming through right away because it's like 4:26 right now Eastern time. So yeah, it is. Yeah. I've been sitting on it. I've been sitting on it. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been sitting on it. Oh, let's see. Yeah. I call it the child. Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I call her that. She acts like a child. When I first met her, man, she's a trip in the chat room, all the way through panels. She's something else. I kind of avoid her at all costs because she talks about that consent talk. Like I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that. No, nah, no sir, no sir, no sir, no sir. But but I had to show the Grove Street for life, Orange Grove for life, motherfucker. That's what CJ be saying. Did I tell y'all about the definitive edition? This gameplay is mediocre, even though it's okay, but I just don't like the weapon wheel. To be honest with you, that turned me off. Now everything else is good, the swimming and everything else, but the functionality of this game, it's just like it's tough getting used to. I mean, to be honest with y'all, that's tough getting used to. Like, if you really want to be serious, if you really want me to be serious, that game is tough to get used to. You got to get to a point to understand that certain games just don't sit well and age well like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta understand. Certain video games work, but why this? Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand people want to do their thing, right? Like, I just understand like why people got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm gonna play the rest of this when I get off here, and I'm not gonna stay much longer because I know we'll see. But I'll get about 5 minutes and then I'll dip. But it's just ridiculous at this point. Oh shit! I done fell in the ditch. Hold on for a minute. Oh my nigga fell in the ditch. Oh, okay. This bike right here. Oh shit! I'm wearing the mag tag, so y'all bear with me right quick. If you hear something in the background, that's like my controller on the Xbox. I mean, I'm just chilling. Yeah, man. It is what it is. Is what it ain't. We gotta do this shit. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Gonna get into it. He said, I found a nice girl at the coffee shop. I gotta go. I'll go next weekend and give her my number. All right, cool. Do that, man. Do that, man. They won't call you a simp no more. They said, man, he found him a girl. That man is simp, man. He a simp. He a simp. Call him a nice man. He a simp. No, he ain't. Hell, he got some game for you niggas. Y'all niggas ain't gonna do shit. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. I took it out of the chamber. So it's pretty much it. So, let me put this back in and let me put this in. Let me put this in. So, yeah, how boxy I am. But that's the smoothness, man. That's the smoothness. So it's pretty much, I'm just gonna dial it in. Yeah. That's how it goes. So, you know, let me turn this down a little bit. But that's just how I look at it in so many words. But you notice when people talk about certain games, they get enamored with it. I mean, you just got to look at it what it is, and I mean, yeah. Oh, what happened? What happened? Man, ain't nothing on Twitter. Y'all gonna be sick. She doing that modeling shit. Yeah, do it. A little prize when I parallel park. Oh, put your face down. She nasty. He said, "Eat me, get in my belly." All these old bodybuilder bitches, man, they crazy. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. Damn, I gotta gain some. Woo, Twitter is on the rails. Is on the rails, bro. Let me see something on Twitter. Yeah, I know. I want to hear that voice. Yeah, I want to hear that voice later. But that's just what it is. But like it's been real, y'all. Like it's like 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 6 seconds. I mean 8 seconds. I said I was gonna leave on the 5 minute, but nah, some people ain't gonna come through. Sunday Madness is like open discussions. Y'all can come up, whatever, discuss what y'all want to discuss. But it's just a free for all topic. The 35th edition, I said what I need to say for this week. So we talked about the video game industry. We talked about a lot, and we also talked about modern politics. Like I haven't been following lately. I've been slacking on it. You know what I'm saying? It's more importantly, people done covered everything. I done covered everything last year, what was going to happen and things like that moving forward. Censorship's been here since the beginning of time, especially on the internet, because things changes when you have people promote the same bullshit over and over again, and then expect anybody to be any different. So you're pretty much stuck where you at. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say, like, but shouts out to everybody came through and Leonard, Psycho Candy, of course, and everybody else that came through. But appreciate the clouds and everything else. So it's like it's pretty much I just want to get this one out because I got to get my 2 hours in. So because I wasn't gonna do no three like that. Because if it was 3 hours, I would do it. But I said, nah, not today. Because today's not the day. I'll do it like if this next coming Sunday next month will be something different. I'll talk about it and then I will do my thing. And then if people want to come up, that's fine. But but this Thursday is pretty much what I'm gonna cover. I have something to talk about Thursday, but I got something to talk about Wednesday about that Corey Kenshin guy. I'm gonna break down what he said about racism and things like that. If you see his video, y'all go find it, whatever, and it's pretty much the same that favoritism and nepotism exists. It's always been real. So especially on these sites like that have the terms of service. So you got to be careful. Once you sign up, that's it. So oh shit. Who came up? Psycho Candy?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Hey, man, nothing much. I missed the first hour because I went out to the store, got some groceries. Yeah, the Corey Kenshin. I didn't watch the video. I read the comments, but I already know he was going to be on some BS, man. And you had people talk in his channel talking about small YouTubers. That man is not a small YouTuber. I mean, well, maybe compared to like a Marquise Brownlee, sure, but he's not a small YouTuber. You and
No,
I,
he's got 14 million subscribers. I found that out about him like the other day. And I forgot how big he was, but he's like the number one trending from YouTube.
right? So like for him to be complaining about racism and not making certain videos, not making it to the trending page, he ain't special. You know that happens to a good bit of people on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The reason I'm pointing him out, I'm glad he spoke on it because he said if YouTube showing nepotism, now he didn't play the race, but one thing I appreciated his honesty, like even though he's a Christian and everything, I was looking at him like, wow, so you always being targeted, but but he ain't the only one. It's a lot of people like that. Small YouTubers, and you're right. He has to understand that the reason they target you and you're monetized. Here's the thing: he's monetized now. They're gonna say what they want you, but you're not a Marquise Brownlee. That's what basically they're trying to tell him. Look, dude, you're not him. It is competition with two black guys. I won't be honest with you, but it ain't got nothing to do with race. I think is they know what they want. Do I complain about this site? Yeah, every now and then, but I don't complain as much. I already know the deal. If you sign that monetization, you're done. You just cannot play their game and speak the rhetoric I speak. It's not welcome there. They let you know beforehand. They already have it laid out for you.
Exactly. Like you have to keep it family friendly, clean, neutral, able to be played in front of your grandma type of videos, and there are content creators like that. I don't even like using the phrase content creators, but there are YouTubers like that where and someone said that in the comments, they'll make videos for children, but they'll talk about inappropriate subjects and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, that's the problem I have. Why would you make something for kids? That's how to get rid of people. See, if you have not for kids, they'll leave you alone. They say, "Oh, he can say what he wants to say." Even if you're monetizing, if it's not for kids, they'll leave you alone. Long as you play the little rule game, you're good. Just don't play the kids shit because they take that very seriously. It's kind of like Tumblr. They don't want you. I won't say P files on it, but that's what they look him as. So he has to be careful. They look at you, and these white boys, Corey, you're a Christian. They'll look you as a right winger, because your audience is mixed, but you got to be careful. Yeah, you talk about games and stuff, but you're talking about other shit too. So Corey and Daquan Wilshire broke it down the other night, and he said he ain't nothing special, but he admits they get the age restricted ban all the time. But he has to understand you ain't the only one. Daquan don't give a fuck. It happens to him all the time. He even said that in his own stream and talked about that situation. I said, wow, interesting. Very interesting. And I'm glad you said it too. I'm glad you said it too. And that's correct.
And I think part of the reason why Marquise Brownlee's able to thrive is because he's found his niche, which is reviewing products. I've never
Right.
really heard of too many. You're not talking about people or a sensitive subject. You're just talking about a product. You're reviewing a product. That's it. No, they're not going to really get you for, oh, you said something political about this product, or you said something, like how you have these dudes on here talking about women the way that they do, like with a product. They'll let that go. They'll turn another, because that's actual like beneficial service in a sense. People say you want the new iPhone, go to Marquise Brownlee's channel and look at the reviews, and then you'll be able to make up your mind whether you want the iPhone or not.
Right.
uh, like Corey, that's more of like social commentary, like social commentary type stuff. Yeah, they're gonna age restrict that.
That happens all the time. If you do social commentary and if you're doing it for kids, yeah, they're gonna age restrict that, and especially if you're monetized and you got that type of numbers like that. I mean, you're not going away. You just got to be careful. Now, if you do it for not for kids and you have those same numbers, they'll leave you alone. I've never seen them get age restricted like that. Not to the level of complaining. They just move on. Now they may get a few warnings in there and there, but I don't see them get knocked off, no matter what color you are. But the thing is, if you make a money like a Marquise Brown, they stay in a lane. They'll look at it. Oh, he's not a threat. Okay, he's not fucking with our power. See what Corey's trying to do. You don't put the real stuff on the kids' thing, like saying yes. If you press yes, it's a wrap because they're gonna get you every time, and they're gonna label you as the P word, and you have to understand that YouTube ain't saying it, but Google's not saying it, but they're putting you in that category. Let other people criticize you and other moderators get at you. So if I was going, I won't talk about it the rest of it, what I think of it this coming Wednesday, because I feel like that needs to be discussed. And yes, nepotism always exists. He has to understand you're not gonna get what you want, especially on this site. Yeah, you've been on it for 10 years like I have, but I understand to stay away from shit like that, especially monetization. And this is one of the reasons why you got to be careful what you say on YouTube when you're monetized. See, it's not when you're not monetized. No, you can say what you want. You just, I don't say the words because they getting triggered with us now, but they don't bully small channels. No, they already doing that by other YouTubers and other content creators. They use the term content creators as itself, but a true content creator doesn't call himself content creator. You already know he is. But I would say like for Corey's instance, you're monetized. So you got to be careful, man. And especially, yeah, they know you're a Christian. They're going to get some flack for it. But in reality, you got to understand you support a little right wing stuff too. I can tell in his voice. And I'm not mad at him, though. I have no issue with the dude. I just say, look, dude, you should have been knowing. Once you sign that deal of monetization, it's a wrap, bro. It's over for you. You can't do nothing about it. You have to move on and get the fuck on out of there. But go ahead, my fault.
No, that's all cool. Yeah, it's like going corporate or going mainstream. Once link up with the corporation, or you try and get into the mainstream, you're gonna have to keep your message bland and generic. You're just gonna have to, because advertisers, that's really what messed everything up on YouTube. Ads and the copyright stuff. Those are the two
Right, right,
things that are like contributing to the downfall of YouTube.
yep. And the number one factor is Google is the bigger contributor of that because Google's known for ads, advertisement, and the copyright bullshit. And the reason why YouTube will never make it in 20 years or 30 or 40 years in the future because other people will replace it and they'll get bought out like anybody else. But the thing about Google, they can be bought out like anybody else. But here's a secret: Microsoft's a giant, Apple's a giant. If Google's already a giant, everybody wants to spot. But here's the thing: they get too much money to get overtaken. See, Amazon and all of them are competing each other. How many products they can take? See, YouTube can be bought and sold anytime. It's just Google ain't letting that go because somebody, I don't know if they is a billionaire can buy those companies and make them bigger already. It is. I don't know if they're gonna keep the same rules or not, but But Corey has to understand, once you sign that dotted line on that corporate shit, it got you, man. It's pretty much a done deal. You cannot go back and forth and complain about if this video wasn't age restricted or not. And I get his pain, I get his sentiments, but dude, you're a nigga to them at the end of the day. You just another guy that, yeah, Marquise is they boy, that's they black mule horse and N word in their minds, but he's a smart N word. You ain't him. You're actually competing against him. You're not competing with him. And he's got his own podcast and a white co-host, and but we ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother. He did what he had to do. That's why he don't talk about politics when it's on monetization. Well, politics he can, but you gotta be mild. You gotta be neutral and generic, like you said. And religion and other stuff. He talks about religion a lot. That's his problem. I think Corey has to understand you can't use your religion on a kid's like a so-called kids platform, but a kid's content that you're doing and you're monetizing. You can't do that. That's how YouTube gets you. That's how they flag you and get rid of you. That's how they it's a tactic. See, they did it with the copyright shit, but that ain't gonna work. They give you a copyright claim instead if you're not monetized. Now, if you're monetized, they give you a strike with the music. So you got to be careful, man. Like people are not playing, man. They're not playing out here. Like if you want to be famous and big on YouTube, you got to play their little game, not your game, but their little game, because it's kind of like they got to finesse you in. And once if kids watching your shit, you gotta be careful because see if you're family friendly material, you're on the big screen, so you can't be one of those guys be like, ugh, they gonna look at you like that. But Corey has to understand there is nepotism and everything, but you can't always get it your way. He should know this by now. 10 years ago, it wasn't like this. It's just when they implement stuff late. See, in '08, it wasn't like that. Because they had a hard time. They was getting back in the fold, and that's what changed everything. See, the first 3 years of YouTube wasn't even like that until '08 came around. That was it. Then afterwards, you start seeing downhill fall movements, people fucking around, and then after that, it's been trash ever since. That's why people stop fucking with YouTube long term. So he has to understand once you sign mainstream, oh, you're gone. You kind of sold out. And I said to myself, and breakfast looking at that from Alvin Priest, and he talked about, oh boy, I can't help you. You fucked up. I ain't helping a dude out that has problems with the media and YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, you got to keep it clean, neutral. You know, the ability for everybody to digest it. Once you start talking about religion, politics, that's where it gets that's where it gets tricky. At, and yeah, Corey, because like I said, I've only seen him like maybe once or twice. I've never actually sat down and watched any of his videos. Because to me, he's just like another one of these obnoxious like YouTubers. My sister watches one of them. Some guy called Speed or whatever. Just and then these are people that could be replaced. They add no value to the platform. They can be replaced. This is a free platform. So like, complaining about how YouTube's treating you when you have millions of subscribers and you're monetized, so you have the ability to actually make money from just putting up a video, saying anything and put up a video. It's crazy.
Right.
Like I don't understand that.
Well, his case is he thinks he's entitled to have everything he needs. The problem with him is he can have his own website. Like a third of, I would say, Marquise Brownlee's people is still subscribed by, and it's probably the other half is just bots. They can just leave him anytime, but he gets new subscribers every day, and that's the thing about Mark. He got his own brand and stuff. He don't need YouTube. All he has to do is just put pressure on people to listen to him. So again, like you're absolutely right because most times he's very replaceable, like them two himself. But Marquise Brown is replaceable to a little bit, but I don't think he's that. Not the sheer talent that he has, no, because they don't want to lose him because he's making bank everywhere else. They see him on Instagram and Twitter. I said this dude is on fire. See, Corey don't have nothing like that. I mean, he does have it, but not like to the level of Marquise Brownlee. What is he doing? See, it has to match what he does on YouTube because most of your subscribers got to match. Are they following you on other platforms? See, Kevin Samuels is different. Only reason they let him slide because there was an open window. You know what I'm saying? Because he was gonna water down his content anyway. He has that type of mindset. And a lot of dudes, they are very replaceable. They don't add nothing to YouTube. No, they never do. And they never add nothing to the platform or the internet. They just be saying mindless shit and there they are. So I don't be listening to him either, but I had to listen on that one instant and he admitted. And then he said, what's that Mark reply, that white boy that hit him with the age restrict with the same video. They was talking about that game they was talking about that had age restricted. See, if you play games that are too extreme, YouTube's on that too now. It's the same with, see, they don't care about Grand Theft Auto, but the games that get extremely mature and you say you're doing it for kids, that's a no. You ain't supposed to do that because then the kids will lie about their age and be on these games. And Google and YouTube and these companies are aware of this. That's why they hear their voices. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why they can't control the kids. So the parents are trifling and you're not helping them. You're not actually helping the kids. You're actually hurting yourself and your channel. Like if I was Corey, like, look, your audience could be kids underneath those fake accounts. Think about it. So you got to be careful who's following you, and they won't label you as a pedophile or pedophile or whatever, because that's what they're gonna label you as off this shit. They ain't gonna say it online, but they gonna say it off this shit. So he has to understand you can't do what you want on a monetized channel like that. No, they control your channel. It's over for you, bro. Like I can't help you. See, my channel's not monetized for a reason, and that's the reason I don't go that way. Is because shit like that. It's too many fucking restrictions. I ain't got time for that. I ain't gonna be told what to do like that. No. I can have some authority, but that authority, fuck out of here. I ain't trying to be famous off this shit. You crazy. I know how to get views. It ain't easy. Like it ain't easy like it was 10 years ago and prior. No. Because everything's saturated with nonsense, with the pandemic talks and all that stuff and views. That's just me.
Yeah, there's a lot of like low quality content on YouTube. In fact, YouTube does not, they lose money. They don't make money. And I'm actually surprised that they haven't started to make people pay for videos to upload videos, or at least the bandwidth they waste, because there are a lot of people in the black sector of YouTube that just upload trash. They stream trash. It's low quality content. It's a waste of bandwidth. But like, I honestly, that might be the next move. Like, well, if YouTube, they'll really lose a lot of people if they start moving towards uh, like paid subscriptions. You know, like where you pay to have an account or upload videos.
Oh yeah. I mean, they tried that. I mean, you have it in certain channels or membership. They already got that. I think they're not even worried about that. The advertisers not making the money. What's making the money is Google. So YouTube is, it can be bought by anybody or Google because somebody can buy both of those companies and make them richer. But people know this shit is about to be fleeting anyway because no one really cares about YouTube and Google in the future because I don't see them thriving. There's alternatives out there. You just gotta find them, and if you want to be on that platform, you can grow it. So it's not easy. That's why I ain't gonna miss this site at all. I tell people download the shit that I've been saying or whatever, or if it's gonna be dried up and it's just what it is. I'm not gonna pay for my own account now, unless you're doing the you already got that. What's that called? YouTube Premium. You already got that. It's just they're gonna probably up the price even more, but ain't nobody paying for that. It's bad enough that people are doing it now. But your videos, it's just I don't see the point. They ain't still ain't gonna make no money because if you're not marketable enough, they already got who they want. Unless they create divide the lanes up on YouTube, I would say like if you do raw content and you just say all types of languages, they'll put you over there. And then the other half, this the clean version. Make sure it's the kids shit. They know what they're gonna do in the future. It's kind of like Rockstar. They're gonna pick and choose what they're gonna do, And if you like this, oh, you can get some money out of it. They just want to see what they can control. It's all about control at the end of the day. That's what they're about. They ain't about the money. They're about control too. And that's sad that you got big YouTubers that think like this and they still think like this. That's why I don't mess with none of them. I don't collab with them. I don't.
Hell, I
Because
wouldn't. I
go ahead.
wouldn't
My fault.
collab. I wouldn't collab with them either. These people, they have enough of a following to where they could have their followers or subscribers subscribe to them for a dollar a month, and it would still be enough money to run their own website where they can upload their own videos and not have to worry about losing sponsors or ad revenue or having themselves censored. But they don't do that. All these people that said that they were going to leave YouTube, they didn't leave YouTube. They don't know how to leave YouTube.
Exactly. They don't know how to leave YouTube and they don't understand there's other options. I mean, Rumble's nice if you're into that right wing stuff. I think me and Wacky talked about it last Sunday, and it's pretty much the same. You cannot have your thoughts go anywhere else and move somewhere, but there's other sites besides Rumble. I think it's if you're extremely political. I forget the name of the site too, and I try to join. I think I joined the other one, and I can't think of the names right now. But all I know, it was on my old computer. But they wasn't good options, but they were decent. But people got tired of YouTube censorship and things like that. But it ain't the same. It ain't the same because people are not over there as much. So you're pretty, what's keeping this sorry site up in Google is because Google's known for their search. That's their biggest market is them and phones and all that stuff. But the site itself ain't shit. So when they own YouTube, it's when you put mainstream media on it, they killed it. That's why a lot of people stop fucking with it. They're gonna end up, and Twitch is not the answer either. It's not that many options, but engaged media, if you want free media and no protection on your fucking work, they don't have no terms of service. That's the one you want to go to. Now, if you want that, you got to share each other's information, which is not good. It's not safety, but I don't even trust engaged media. I thought about it. I said, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna be at risk. And plus, it's based in Asia and Australia. You out your damn mind. That's why a lot of people going to end up creating their own shit. But if someone creates a similar YouTube or the opposite of it, then you'll see, because I got to see what's going to happen in 2023 and 2024 because it's a lot of holes in people's networks if they become giants because it's not that many options. I mean, it's options, but Vimeo's another one. It's a good one. You already got to pay certs like Vimeo, so YouTube don't want to be like a Vimeo. I think they're trying to control people's shit. That's what they always done. So if you're that much of a subscriber, they're gonna make it a subscriber thing, and they try to put this behind the paywall. That ain't gonna happen. You already got that in video games. That ain't gonna happen because YouTube is not what you call it. They are so incompetent. They don't even know how to control their own shit. So when people leave the advertisers don't leave mainstream media, the site can't compete. It competes based off destroying the competition. So yeah, they cheat the numbers. They use algorithms that don't work. Came from the government, by the way. So I just don't see them thrive in the next 5-10 years. They'll be dead soon before that even happens, and another site replace them. It's going to happen. I just don't know when, and people's gonna stop fucking with it because it's too many problems with it right now. Because I've been on this thing a lot longer than anybody, and I can tell you it's not going the way y'all think it's going. No, it's done. Hell, people's been leaving. Shouts out to Soul and Black doing this thing on Rumble, but bless up and shalom to him. But yeah. But any last words? I'm about to close this out.
Uh, nah, man, I pretty much said what I had to say. But thank you for having me up here. I appreciate it as always. Good stream. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right, now. Peace. All right, folks. Yeah, shouts out to Psycho Candy. He had to have his 2 cents in, and that's good. That's great. And pretty much that's all I want to say for today. But it's been an excellent stream, like good stream, but it's a decent one. It's a little small day, but I'll be back on the Sunday Madness 36 edition, and check out me talking about the Corey thing about nepotism and social networks and social media. That's pretty common in the workplace, pretty common everywhere. And I'm gonna speak on it this Wednesday. And then Thursday Thrills, we're gonna talk about some other shit besides the problems that people have in the world. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom, and I'm out.